This is your ultimate beginner's guide to Premiere Pro. Once you have opened Premiere Pro, you will need to set the project parameters. Start by giving your project a name. The next step is to choose a file location for all of your resources. Click the Browse button. Choose your external hard drive and then create a new folder. Give the project an appropriate name. This is where all of your raw footage and audio files will be kept. Once you have set the scratch disks to the new folder, click OK to begin. Drag the raw footage from your SD card or other location to this new folder you have created. Once the video files are in this new folder, it is important to never remove or delete them. Keep them in this folder. Click and drag your footage into the project bin in the bottom left-hand side panel. Along the top window, you will see different tabs. Click the tab for the workflow you want. For example, if you want to make edits, click the Editing tab. Let's start editing. First, click on the video thumbnail to open it in the preview window. Click the slider to scrub through the footage to the point where you want the clip to start. Set the in and out points of your clip by pressing the I button on your keyboard where you want the clip to start, and O on your keyboard for where you want the clip to stop. Click and drag onto your timeline. You can extend the clip by placing your mouse at either the start or end of the clip and waiting for the red cursor to appear. Drag to change. To change the speed of a clip, right-click onto it, and then select Speed Duration. In the window box that appears, move the slider to adjust. To add more clips to the timeline, we repeat by clicking on the next thumbnail and scrubbing through it to find the in and out points. You can grab multiple in and out points from the same clip. Drag to the timeline. To make further edits, use the razor tool. You can click to slice the clip, where you can remove segments. To make color corrections, click on the color tab at the top of the window. There are a number of presets that you can choose from to add a color filter. Open the basic correction tab and choose from the available LUTs. You can make further changes by adjusting the sliders for temperature, exposure, or any of the other available options. Click OK when you're happy with the changes. There are other tabs that you can explore to make additional color alterations. Open the Creative tab to apply other filters and refinements. The Curves tab allows you to adjust the exposure or color of specific parts of the clip. Remember that these color corrections have been applied to one clip only. To transfer them to all the clips in the sequence, right-click and then select Copy. Highlight the clips you want to transfer the color correction to, and then right-click again and choose Paste Attributes. Let's now learn how to keyframe and apply effects such as Color Key. Click on the Effects tab. Folders appear on the right-hand side of the window. This is where you find effects such as Color Key, video transitions, and audio effects. To get started with color keying, drag your green screen image or video into the project bin. Then drag it into the layer above the video footage you added earlier. Double-click on it to open the effects window. In the effects window, you can change the size, position, rotation, or opacity of the image. This is also the panel where we will make the color key alterations. Head back over to the effects folder window on the right-hand side and select Color Key from the Keying folder. Click and drag it onto the green screen clip. Select the Eye Doppler tool and then click on the green area you want to remove. Adjust the sliders to make further refinements. Let's now learn how to add keyframe animations. In the effects window, you will need to add a keyframe by clicking on the stopwatch icon. This adds a keyframe. Make an alteration to any of the parameters. This will add another keyframe. Between these 2 points, the animation or change will occur. You can add other keyframe animations to effects such as brightness and contrast. We can grab the brightness and contrast effect from the panel. We can drag it onto the clip we want to adjust and then double-click on it to open its effect window. Following the same workflow to add keyframes from before, we can add the animation effect we want for the brightness and contrast. To add a video transition, head back over to the Effects folder panel on the right-hand side. Make sure you are still within the Effects tab. Click on the Video Transitions folder and then Dissolve. Click and drag the transition to the timeline between the two clips. You can adjust the duration of the transition by clicking on its edges and then moving inward or outward to extend. Adding audio is easy. Make sure the audio file is in your project folder. Drag it to the timeline. Double-click on it to open the effects window. Here, you can change the volume, and like before, you can add keyframes to alter the volume throughout the duration of the soundtrack. The Graphics tab allows you to add titles and other written conventions. Choose the best graphic from the right-hand side panel and then drag it onto the timeline layer. If you drag it above another video file, the graphic will be seen in overlay. You can change the font, colour and sizing from the panel on the right. When you have finished your edit, select File from the main menu, then Export, then Media. An export window appears. If you don't want to change the format or preset, click on the output name to name your project and select a folder where the final video will be saved to. Make sure Export Video and Audio is ticked and then click on the Export button at the bottom. This has been your ultimate beginner's guide to using Premiere Pro.